Okay, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. This is You Change the World. In fact, You Change the World, a weekly live event that I have been keeping here on social media. You can find me on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on X, Twitter. That was the name of X before, and also on Instagram and Facebook. And on the podcast side, you can find this on Spotify, on Amazon, on Apple Podcast, and different other podcast channels. We try to reach out. We try to have you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be really great if you do. And we're going to get to exciting content this year in different areas and in a different form. Today, we're going to start something a little bit new. It's a chapter that opens the conversations. And over coming weeks, I'll be sharing how the work of Stanislavski, Konstantin Stanislavski, is not the first time you hear that name, for those who know Stanislavski or for those who heard me before. He originally developed for actors a profound system that really helps actors to be real, to be very authentic on stage under the spotlight. This has inspired me for many years because obviously, when you have an experience of being an actor on stage, which I had really a long time ago, it stays with you. It stays with you in all the aspects of being visible, of being, a leader, of really designing an influence that you want to have, an impact that you want to have on people. And whatever your goal is about your leadership and what you want to bring with your own leadership, your DNA, your exact person that you want people to experience, then acting is a fantastic resource. And this is why I created something called Spotlight Mindset, because it's a mindset and it has to be about the spotlight, the visibility, the fact that people are watching you, are experiencing you. And you, as a person, when you are challenged by this, when you need to appear for a public presentation, for just a meeting, and be with other people or only with one person on a difficult conversation, it can be challenging sometimes, or it can be challenging constantly because of your personality, because being introvert, because being just very discreet and humble. But leadership calls for many opportunities that you could grab to really be impactful. And I think impact is something that every leader wants to have in a certain way. And if you are your own person and doing this, you will feel more comfortable doing it as you are going to practice and experience it. Spotlight Mindset is also becoming a training platform. And this is, in fact, what I have a lot of passion for, is to create and train other coaches or other professionals that deal with people. Can be therapists, can be social workers, can be educators, can be leaders in your functionality, in your capacity to have the possibility to coach and to train people to practice really that technique, that method of spotlight mindset. Let's call it that way. Let's baptize it. Let's give it a name. Spotlight mindset. I'm very proud of that name because I think it represents so well what I'm trying to convey every single day. It comes from experience. It comes from really feedback from my clients, my coaching clients, for me. But it also comes from my friends and the people that I have, close to me that I trained, that I really helped practicing this and applying it in their own practice, really, totally voluntarily and naturally. And because it happened, I realized that I had some kind of students, disciples around me that were really applying it. And the feedback they got from their clients, from their peers, from their friends, where they were applying that and encouraging people to practice it, became really a very beautiful music in my ears. To see that people were implementing that in their practice was amazing to me. And the feedback that I get, I could show you not hundreds, but 20s and 20s of emails and different writings I got from my clients, really recognizing and being really thankful and grateful for the impact that they have today in their various, challenges, because it was challenging for them, very challenging for them. On a 6 months or 12 months assignment, I could really do a lot of things to transform this mindset to become really a giver, a communicator. Because communicating really, and I said that a lot, is giving. You are sending a message out there. You have recipients to receive it. Are you getting the acknowledgement that people receive your message? Are they really clear about telling you, I understand what you mean, I got what you wanted to tell me? That's also part of it. Communication is a whole arc of, topics and potentials and challenges, because we need this communication to be effective and to go in the direction we want. Too many people hide and do not want the spotlight. Many people say, oh, I stay out of trouble. I stay out of the radar screen. This is really not my position to be there, visible. Well, if you're a leader, if you're a manager, if you want to be promoted, if you want to grow, what do you want? Stay there in your cupboard, with the door closed? That's not going to happen. A silo or just a closed door will not make you visible or understood. You need to be a little bit more out there. So at your level, nothing that is going to push you to the extreme or violate anything. It's going to just be at your pace, but it will use a method. It will use a framework that really works very well. This is why I structured a course, a certification course, today recognized by the International Coach Federation, giving CCEs, those different certificate points that gives the possibility for someone to get certified as a coach, an MCC, a PCC, an MCC, and therapists at their level for different CEUs, and other educators also with their own associations and trade associations or union associations that provide those certifications. They all are going to align behind this program because they see the value and they want really people to be trained. So you, the trainers, you, the coaches, the educators, the therapists, the social workers, to you, I'm addressing you and I'm inviting you to really watch what's going to be coming your way in a very, very few weeks, very, very shortly, maybe less than a few weeks. And you'll get an access to what it is out there for you. And I really hope you will register and you will be part of it. There will be an accelerated program of 3 weeks that will give you a possibility to do this in a short manner and catch up later if you want, or an all full 8 weeks training that will give you the full certification. And I'll give you more details, technical details about what it is and what it entails. I will give you a website and a place to go to register. But all I'm going to tell you is I have an incredible faculty that joined me, and of coaches, of acting professors and instructors, of actors and producers and directors that really have a very strong mastery of what the stage is about, the audience is about, what an actor needs deeply to understand the responsibility of being present. This is really what it is. Most leaders don't like intelligence, experience, or goodwill. What they struggle with is something much more subtle. They are perceived when they walk into a room. At the moment they are seen, at that very moment, that's what happens. Perception starts. And sometimes people are judgmental. It's not, something to refute, to reject. They can, if they want to judge you, why not? As long as hopefully they are objective, not biased, and you will do everything any way you can for them to see who you are. So there is often gaps between intention and the impact that you make, between what we mean and what other experience. That gap is where trust is lost. You get me? It's, I think, a very important thing. Authority weakens. Influence never quite lands. So you see it. There is no response. It's kind of empty. And this is where Stanislavski, who really inspired me to create the content of this course and to invite other faculty and partners to enrich this content and give really the best content for people to get the best training and the best practice and the best framework. I really insist on that. Stanislavski was not teaching people to perform. He was teaching them to be truthful under pressure, genuine, authentic, to understand the given circumstances of a situation and to choose their presence accordingly, with other actors on stage, with different situations, working on their voice, their posture, their presence, being intentional and preparing themselves, rehearsing, spending that time that they never did spend before. They're always focused on the content itself, the presentation, the PowerPoint, obsessed by what I'm going to say and what is the number I'm going to push up, on, or giving details or less details, but sometimes forgetting there is an audience out there that won't really take the details very much. Salespeople won't really go to the weeds, right? How do you adapt that presentation to your audience? That's part of it. In leadership, the same question applies. What is required of me in this moment? Not who should I pretend to be, but how can I be fully aligned with what the situation needs from me? In Spotlight Mindset, we translate this work into leadership and coaching contexts, not as theory, but as practice. Presence is not accidental. It can be trained. It can be rehearsed. Actors using the Stanislavski method, and there are so many of them, you know them very well, can be, so many. Al Pacino is one of them, and Meryl Streep and Sean, all those different actors. I don't want to get now to a list of celebrities. They are practicing it. You might even find them, for those who are alive and in good shape, joining us sometimes to make a speech, to be our guests. That will happen for sure. So this is really what I would invite you to do. There is one simple practice maybe I would recommend you, because I said it's a series and we are going to talk about this, not only about promoting this program for coaches or for psychologists or for educators or for leaders, but also because there is content to share. And this is really a fascinating topic. And we can use what happens every day in the experience of my clients, because that's who I talk about, or if I have guests to speak about their experience, for building up that presence, that intentional presence, and be very consistent about it. Like a brand. Once you know your brand, your personal brand, you can really be present at the best of yourself. So before an important interaction, ask yourself, who do I want people to experience in my presence right now? What do I want people to experience in my presence right now? And not what I do or what I say, not what I do want or what I do want to prove, but what climate do I want to create? What is the dynamic, the energy that I emulate around me? That single shift, this awareness changes everything. And I'm sure that you really believe me, because it does. So I'll be continuing this exploration here over the next few weeks, those who want to go deeper. So my Spotlight Mindset will be launched in the spring as an ICF-approved CCE certification to start. I start with coaches, but it will be followed by other certification points from the other institutions that are, administrating and framing the professions that they represent. So we're going to do this with, as I said, all the professions that deal with people, with their development, and where presence and where self-confidence and posture are very important ingredients to success. And this awareness changes everything. It's a transformation of leadership that will make leaders better leaders, more present leaders, more conscientious leaders. And leadership is responsibility. So thank you very much for listening today. Always smile, by the way. That's also something else, right? That we always to keep doing. When we bring positivity into the room, and that's definitely something you can keep in mind, when we display that positivity, when we showcase positivity, it's inspiring. And people will usually follow you, and it leads to success. The success of what you want to achieve during this meeting, in this moment, or in that space, but also to achieve success for any kind of leadership goal that you want to reach. Thank you very much today. I really look forward to find you here and to continue to discuss Spotlight Mindset in a very, very passionate way. Thank you. Take care.